Hello fashion lovers, welcome again to my YouTube channel. I'm the girl Flux for Apparels. So today I'll be teaching you how to recycle your jean trouser into a skirt. So as you can see, I flipped it over now to get my skirt length. So this will enable me to get an accurate straight skirt length, right? So I went ahead to mark my skirt length, which is 34 from waist to the desired skirt length I want. So you can go ahead and do yours like that. So when I was done marking, I'm going to be cutting right away. Please don't mind my voice. I had to do this to voiceover because it is needed, and I've promised I want to drop this video on a Monday, which is today. Okay, so I'm going to be opening it, and this is how it looks. So I'm going to be going ahead now to loose around my flap area, right? Just follow the direction of my hands. So if you use a seam ripper, it is faster. Whenever you have razor, you can go ahead. So I'm done, and while I was losing, I basically had that tear on my trouser, so I'm going to be sewing it back together. So for this front, you're not going to be touching the zipper flyer, but your crotch extension, you're going to be losing it up to your zipper flyer area. So I'm going to be bringing it back before then, but I'm going to be losing my side seams. Now when I'm done losing my side seams, it will look just like this. So I have two separated. So this is my back pattern. Now this back pattern, I'm going to be opening it, like loosening the crotch area all the way to where my hands stop. That's before the band, right? So if you have your seam ripper, you can go ahead and lose that area. So I'm using a razor blade, and I have to be extremely careful, right? So go ahead and lose yours. And this is a candid reminder: if you have not subscribed to my channel, please I beg, subscribe to my channel, like, share, and always drop on the comment section what you think about a particular tutorial. So I'm still going ahead to lose, and I'm losing gently. So I was done losing it, and this is what it should look like when you're done losing. So I'm going to be flipping it over, and what I'm going to be doing next is to draw a straight line down. Now when I was done drawing the straight line, I'm going to make a curve right around that flap area. Now this drawing a straight line helps to eliminate the flap extension, that is the crotch extension. I don't know why I keep calling it flap, the crotch extension. So I'm going to do a little bit of a curve around it. So you can as well go ahead and do your curve, and if your jean is not stretchy, you can make it so like a little bit, like 0.25, right? So I went ahead and make my curve, and I'm going to be cutting all the way down. Now this curve is going to sit well with your butt, so go ahead and sew in like 0.25, like a small, not up to 0.5, that's half inch, don't sew up to 0.5. So my curve was a little bit too curvy, so I want to make it at least slightly curve. So I went ahead to retrim it so it can sit well with my back, center back. So I'm going to go ahead now to sew around. So I was done sewing, and this is what it looks like. So if you have a weaving machine, you can go ahead and weave your center back. So when you're done weaving, you have to top stitch, right? So you're going to be flipping over to one side your woven part of your skirt. When you're done, then you sew on it, right? It's advisable you use the color of the jean, which is that gold color thread, so it still has that jean nature, right? So this is my front. I will go ahead and now weave and sew that part that was done, Then I was trying to eliminate it so it not be seen, but the jean already has a pattern which the zipper fly is following, so I'm going to still use that particular pattern so that it does not have like a bulge on the skirt. So this is me going again, right? Flip it over, following the same direction of my zipper flyer, right? So I'm going to be sewing. Like you can see, I loosen from the front side, I loosen from the crotch extension. I didn't touch my zipper flyer, right? So I'm going to be flipping over to the other side of my pants, and I'm going to be sewing from that crotch extension while it is folded down to the other part. So I was done sewing, and this is what it looks like. Now it's gradually coming to place, right? So if you know that you don't want the slits to be too much, you can go ahead and further bring them together, right? So I'm bringing it back and the front, right side facing right sides. All right, you understand that? So during the process of this dress making, I understood that the back pattern is way bigger than the front pattern, but you don't have to panic. So while you're sewing, you just shift the front to one side and sew. So when you're done sewing that side and you want to sew the other side, you just bring the front pattern to where the back pattern skirt is and sew. So this will enable it to sit well on your body, right? So for the front part, I'm going to be cutting out that excess that came out on that middle center front side, right? I hope you understand, but I know if you don't understand, you can still go back again and watch the video. So I'm going to be folding in and sewing. So I brought it to my sewing machine, and I'm going to be sewing on one side, then trying also to pick the strands of my skirt. So I'm sewing on one side of the slit, and I'm going to be flipping over to the other side and sewing on it, so it has a double line, right? So if you follow the way I'm sewing it, you're going to be achieving same results as mine. So I'm going ahead now to sew again on the other side while picking the strands of thread. So while sewing this particular part, you have to be extremely careful, and you want your threads to be accurate, right? You don't want it to look zigzag. You want it to look straight, right? So I was done sewing on this particular part, so I'm going to be turning my machine in a way that would allow me to sew and make it a double line, right? So I'm going to go ahead now and sew on my slit. That is a double sewing, right? So it looks very neat while I was done. I'm still sewing, right? Now while sewing this, you have to be extremely careful because you want your results to look really pretty, right? Now you see that you cannot just waste your jean when you know you can recycle it. So I was done sewing, and I'm going to be bringing my back skirt part to place it over my front skirt. Like I said, the back is bigger than the front, but you don't have to panic. Just bring them together and sew one side the same size, but I would advise you sew with 0.5 inches, right, so that it sits well on your body. Or you can go ahead and do your measurement on that part. So you see the way I'm bringing it back again together. So I'm sewing it all the way like this, right? So I was done sewing, and I'm going to be turning it to the right side, and this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. It looks so pretty. So the last part of this skirt is folding of the hem allowance. So I went ahead to fold my hem allowance. If you want it bigger, you can make it bigger, depending on the length allowance, like the hem allowance you gave. So I'm going to be sewing on it after folding. So as I'm sewing, I'm folding. As I'm sewing, I'm folding also. So I was done folding and I'm going to be double sewing on it. Right, this is how the skirt is looking right now. Don't you like it? Please like my videos, share and comment. So until I see you again in my next video, in my next tutorial, I'm going to be saying bye bye from me. I love you all.